So a Helping Hand service is a volunteer delivered service, and it's about supporting people in their own communities from a social point of view. So it's enabling people to have company, respite for carers. It's about doing things along with people, so it's not just about going and having a chat with folks, although that's quite acceptable as well. But if they've got practical things, like maybe they're having difficulty getting out to shops and they want somebody's company to go and do that, picking clothes and things like that, they can do that alongside the just having the conversation and the being there, listening to how life is affecting them at that time. The difference about this and other befriending services is the volunteers are trained from the Highland Hospice, and they're trained knowing that the people that will be referred to the service are likely to be in the last year of life. Now, it doesn't mean to say that the person's definitely going to die in the next year, but it does mean that the people that will be referred, their GPs or their carers, wouldn't be surprised if their health was to deteriorate in the next 12 months.
I've always been very people orientated. I love to do things that will help other people, and when I saw the service advertised, I thought that's just absolutely perfect for what I would like to do. I'm a single mother with 2 children, so I've got a lot of spare time at the weekends when they're going off doing whatever they're doing, and I've got an elderly mum and dad who I try and help as well, but I felt that I wanted to give something more.
When the Helping Hand service was described to me, I just thought absolutely, that just clicked with what I felt my characteristics and strengths were, and what they were looking for. And I really believe in the work the Highland Hospice are doing to support and strengthen community living, and I was really pleased to be able to find a way to participate in that.
I don't know, it just opens up their life, because sometimes when you're unwell, everything kind of gets shut down. Your loved ones are spending time caring for you, they're in the house with you all the time, conversation gets quite limited. You're really, they've heard everything before of what you've been doing, but when you get introduced with a new person, there's much more that you can then talk about.
I did my training and I started befriending with an elderly gentleman from January, and I spend every weekend Saturday evening with him, and all we do is chat or just have nice conversations while his relatives who look after him go out and do their own thing. And we've built up a really good relationship, and I find that a privilege to be able to be part of his life in his tender years and while he's going through an illness, and supporting his family, which has greatly benefited them.
I think it's very much about not seeing the person's illness. You want to be able to see the person, and the training gave us the knowledge to know how to do that and how best to help someone without us having to focus on their illness while we're spending time with them.
It does give me a lot of comfort in the knowledge that I'm being part of somebody's life. I feel very humble about it, and it makes me appreciate the things that I do have a lot more.
The people that have volunteered come into it wanting to give their time and bring what they feel they can to someone else, but I think it would be impossible for it not to become a two-way relationship, and for the volunteers to get something back from the people that they're befriending. And like I say, I think especially with older people, they've got so much life history, and if you've got the opportunity to talk to people like that and find out about them, I think you should take every advantage of that. And I think when I do get someone to befriend, I hope to be able to learn a lot about them, especially as it is towards the end of their life, so that their story is heard by as many people as possible.
So what we are planning is to extend it to 2 other areas this year, and then roll it over the next few years to folks in different areas. To enable this, we're always looking for volunteers or people who are looking to, give something back to others within their own communities. So I'm very open to have conversations with people about what do they think their own community might be needing. So it might be, yes, us setting up another befriending service in that area, or it might be working with a befriending service that's already in the area, but maybe sharing and imparting some of our palliative care knowledge so that they're more equipped and able to look after people, support folks who are having a diagnosis of a life-shortening illness.